welcome back to Blackphoenix Entertainment. That is right, this is going to be my last ride on this Can Am Ryker Sport ever. In the year 2023, haha! Fooled you! Yep, fooled you. Sorry for a little bit of clickbait, but this is my last ride of this year. Then I'm going to put the Ryker away, probably till end of February, maybe beginning of March, and start riding again. So, not really that long, and in comparison to some other people who put it away for like 6 months in this area, and some people just keep riding. So, we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to ride through the city a little bit and get a little bit of different scenery, and then probably make it around the beach. And while I'm doing that, I am going to remember on my last ride of 2023 to do all the fun YouTube stuff now, trying to be a better YouTuber and trying to make that flow into 2024. Go down there, check out my description, do the liking, the subscribing, do the sharing. I got some cool discount codes still for BLRtuning and Ironside Customs. I'm going to see if that flows into 2024. We got to talk to them about that. And continuing on, I'm even going to do it for next year too. We're going to raise money through my Ko-fi page and selling BPE hats for Moby Kit Rescue. So yeah, anyways, with all that being said, it's getting into late November, which is around the time I usually put the bikes away anyways, but it is in the mid to high 50s, so I took that opportunity to do an oil change and a transmission gear oil change, and clean both my air filters, the engine filter and the CVT K&N air filter. Just wash those off, let them dry off, put them back on while I was changing the oil, and it worked out great. So that way I am good to go as soon as I want to take it out of storage next year. That way I don't have to wait. I don't have to be like, oh no, I got to do an oil change. Basically, I don't have to do any of this maintenance. Well, it's probably most likely still cold, because that time of year you're probably not going to get a day where it's, you know, high 50s, maybe 60s. So it was perfect, got everything done, and I'll take this ride, fill up the tank, put some fuel stabilizer in it, put it on the battery tender, and call it a year. Yeah, it was definitely a fun year. We did a whole bunch of stuff. I did a lot of stuff to the Ryker. So what are my plans for 2024 for the Ryker? Quite honestly, not that much, but the thing that I want to do is pretty significant. So I got to do 2 supporting mods first, and then I can do the big 1 major mod that I'm going to do. And really, other than that, it's just maintenance at this point. So, you know, just check the brakes, tires, stuff like that. Most likely going to need a new rear tire once I start, you know, doing my mods and doing the riding that I can do and stuff like that. But yeah, probably swap out the rear tire to a much better car tire. But again, I've talked about it. The front tires you're stuck with. You got to do the Can Am tires, which are just junk, and everybody knows they're junk. But they picked such an odd tire size that there's really nothing else out there for front tires. I hope. Oh man, I hope at some point there's an aftermarket company that comes out with another front tire for this, and I would pay the same money or more for a better tire than the cheap-ass kind of tires that Can Am has. So you're probably thinking, all right, we're talking about all that stuff. What are you gonna do what's your big mod for next year? What are you gonna do? So, and talk about the supporting mods first. We're stuck at this light because there's nobody crossing, yet the crosswalk sign is on. I'm going to do spark plugs, and that's general maintenance, but I'm going to upgrade the spark plugs. I'm going to get those from BLRtuning. I'm going to work with Bill on a tune. I'm guessing with what I'm doing, I'm going to need a new tune, so might as well upgrade the spark plugs while I'm at it. And I had mentioned earlier, I have a K&N air filter on the CVT side. With what I'm doing, I'm going to do a complete similar intake to that on this side for the CVT air filter. And just, again, the CVT air filter is always full throttle. It's always sucking air, no matter how. It's not relative to the throttle position on the engine. It just sucks in the air, cools down the CVT, cools down the belt, and all that stuff. So The reason why I want to do that is I'm going to upgrade the clutching system on a CVT transmission, which Treal Performance and BLRtuning have options for that, and I've been looking them over. So they have 3 stages. They got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. That guy just blatantly blew a light. So stage 1 is like I guess they call it like a street mild or whatever. Helps the 0 to 60 and stuff like that, but it's still more linear and, more. I guess it would be a better upgrade for stock if you just want a little bit more, but you don't want to go too crazy. The stage 2 is where I fall, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I'm going to skip right ahead to the stage 3. That is a straight racing clutch where my understanding is no matter where your speed or your RPM range, as soon as you hit full throttle, it shoots all the way up to like 8,500 RPMs. So you're getting maximum power, maximum torque at any point in time. And obviously, it sounds super fun, but this is my daily commuting, touring, whatever thing, and I think that's a bit much, and I'm admitting it's a bit much for what I'm using this Ryker for. So I fall in the middle. I'm falling into the stage 2, which I believe they call like a street wild or something like that. And from what I'm reading, over 40 miles an hour at full throttle, that's when it shoots up to, I think it shoots up to like 6,500 to 7,000 and then creeps up to like 82, 85. So it's a little bit more linear as far as that goes. Ah, it feels so good. And yeah, so I think that's where I'm going to fall. 0 to 60 will be better, hence the new rear tire. And with all of that, that's why I wanted the more cooling on the CVT side. So there's that. Those are my plans for 2024 for the Ryker. Other than that, everything else stays the same, and I just do general maintenance, like I said, tires, brakes, oil changes, all that fun stuff. And we'll see how it goes. So I was not at a complete stop. I was still rolling a little bit, and I pinned it, and I still fishtailed it. So, and that's on the stock clutching system. So I can imagine with the newer clutch, I would be able to really get that going much, much more, which is the point. I want to have a little bit more fun with it. This guy's like staring at me like I touched his mom or something. I just had to get in front of me, I guess. But yeah, anyway, so I also want to talk about this year. Thank you, everybody, for... Oh, no, something happened here. This is the second person I have seen today on this ride that is putting gas in that car. What is up with that? That's like... I call it like the GTA syndrome. If you play Grand Theft Auto, when you see like a certain car or a certain event, it just keeps spawning and happening. That's happened to me in real life, and that is just really, really creepy. But what I was trying to talk about was you guys, my subscribers, my flock. So... green light. See, I keep trying to talk about you guys, but I'm having way too much fun on this last ride. Just thank you. Just thank you to everybody. We've got over 2,000 subscribers as of me making this video, and just the interactions I've had. VAM 23 was awesome. Going to Laconia, meeting some local motovloggers, Bikes, Beards, and Brews, Minamoto that I met, Wandering Yankee, meeting up with, Scooby, talking with those guys on the Instagram and stuff like that is really cool. And Road Reality, John, all the guys I met at VAM, it's Technic Rides, that road trip, Roadie Riders. I'm just ranting and raving, trying to remember names as I'm talking. It's just super awesome, and I had a super fun year riding and just hanging out with everybody. And yeah, so I'm hoping 2024 is just as good, if not better, and just keep growing the channel, just keep doing what we do, doing some meetups. Definitely VAM 24 is on the list. I'm going to talk about it early next year once I get really... Mr. G already has the dates, but I'm talking to the other guys, and we're trying to make a plan to extend that trip, whether it's before or after VAM, I don't know. So once I get more of those details, and by early, probably, hopefully spring, and we sort all that stuff out, I'll be able to tell you guys, and that'll be super fun. And again, if anybody wants to meet up, like, VAM is not just for YouTubers. Even if you ride or whatever, or you just want to come and hang out with us in the Tazewell area, by all means, you know, shoot me a message or whatever. I'll send you the info for VAM and kind of the general area where we'll be and stuff, and let's hang out. All right, so I'm going to continue riding for a little bit. Gonna waste some of this gas, refill it with new gas. Like I said, put some fuel stabilizer in it, which I have to buy. Which reminds me, I got to stop somewhere and actually buy fuel stabilizer because I don't have any. Oh man, I had like this weird protein drink, and it's just like, it's fighting me. I need it, but it's just like fighting my stomach. Like, why did you punish me with all this goodness of like healthiness? It just wants to get punished with like Mountain Dew and stuff, and I'm like, nope, not today, stomach. I'm gonna give you healthy stuff, and I'm paying for it. But anyways, go down there, do all the fun YouTube stuff, do the liking, do the subscribing, do the sharing. Again, go down, check out my discount codes for BLRtuning and Ironside Customs, do all that fun stuff. Is he on the sidewalk? What is this thing? What is that? Is that like a single thing? That's like weird. I would never be able to balance that whatsoever. I would instantly fall off. But anyways, do all that fun stuff, and I'm going to see you guys in 2024. Thank you for rocking with the flock. See you guys next year.